God brought this story back to my mind when I went to Reading about 15 years ago, and he brought it to mind this week. And this is a story, oh my goodness, for us, you guys. So, 50 years ago, 5-0, I was 13 years old, and I was at church camp. Church camp was our life. When we were little kids through teenage years, man, we loved God, and we loved going to church camp. And when we went there, man, we'd, stake out our new boyfriends. We did skits. We did, swimming things and sports and talent shows. It was unbelievably fun, the highlight. So here I am, 13. I'm going to senior camp, which is a big deal, And my best friend, Sandy, this guy she was in love with, man, she had a super crush. This new guy from Therrell High School named Eddie, he comes to camp. He's not saved. He's 16, and he is unbelievably good looking, almost as good looking as you, baby. So good looking. But he was cute. Okay, I digress. Sorry. So anyway, so Sandy has this major crush on this guy. Okay, so the end, every night we'd have teams. So there's about 200 kids, teenagers at this camp. Great camp. And we go out with our teams, about 20 in each team. And the mindset, and most people, I've got to make sure to stand next to the cute guy that I kind of like to hold his hand for 10 minutes. That's where my mind was. So we go out. Now, Eddie is way across the field in another team. So we're sitting there in our teams holding hands, and the counselor's saying a goodnight prayer or something. And all of a sudden, from across the field, we hear Eddie, Jesus, forgive me, I'm a sinner. I want you, Jesus. Forgive me. He's weeping. He's wailing. He's crying. We're going, and then all of a sudden, 200 teenagers start weeping. We were weeping uncontrollably. The presence of God fell on that place so mightily. And we were all weeping on the ground, crying, sobbing. I remember sobbing, going, what is happening? Why am I crying? Why can't I stop crying? And we went on for about 10 or 15 minutes. It was glorious. And then all of a sudden, one of the leaders, okay, everybody, okay, that was good. We got a little carried away. Time to go to your cabins, and it's time to, lights out 30 minutes. Okay, y'all settle down. Time to go to your cabins. Good night. Okay, night. Yeah. It really is kind of heartbreaking because the presence of God was touching 200 kids wanting to change their life forever. Now here's the question that blew me away. And this is when the two hawks were flying. I felt like God said to me, could it be after 50 years, I found a people who will do anything I ask? Could it be after 50 years, I found a people that want to be so intimately involved with me that I can trust them with birthing the harvest wheat and birthing the harvest? Could it be a people, could we be the people after 50 years? And God brought that to my mind. But he's calling us to such intimacy, the kind you felt on your wedding night, and then more, because it's supernatural. He's calling us to that kind of intimacy, y'all. Because out of that, there's a birthing of harvest wheat. He's calling us to be so in love with him that all we want to do is be in him and have the same desires that he has. That if we see people on the street, our heart is broken, not disgusted. So what I'd like to do, I'd like to worship some more. But I want us to know, it's blowing me away. He's so clear. I mean, it's so clear where the calling on our lives. And I know I'm preaching to the most fired up people I know, but we've got to go deeper. We've got to go deeper. We cannot settle. We can't settle for being, oh, I'm in love with God, that all is great. I know we're in love with God and all is great, but we need to step deeper. We need to get on that hillside and be face to face with Jesus. This is where I live. This is where I stay. Whatever you tell me to do here in heaven, I'm going to do it on earth. He's calling us.